Hey YouTube, it's Preseason here, and today I got a brand new video for you guys. But before I actually get to it, I do want to quickly say that I do have some 2K gameplay in the background, and I hope that doesn't really annoy some people out there, because I usually do have images and videos of the players working out and stuff, but I don't really have the time to do that today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and have this 2K gameplay in the background. And it is a recreation of the actual games. It's just the first quarter, but yeah, it should be pretty good, not that annoying, hopefully. And anyways though, let's go and actually get to the Pacers preseason games and what I think about it. So I actually didn't get to watch the game 1 live. I actually was in school, so I wasn't able to do it. It was literally at 9:30 a.m. on a Friday, so yeah. But I did actually watch the fourth quarter all the way through, so that was nice. But I did get home and eventually I rewatched the game, so yeah. Anyways though, I didn't really take all that many detailed notes or anything like that. It was just a quick run through. So yeah, I'm not gonna really talk about this game all that much. All you really need to do, or all you need to really know about this one, is that in game 1 we literally just had a amazing, like a historic game in India, because yeah, this is in India, by the way. The preseason games, the first two by the Pacers were in India versus the Kings. But yeah, the main thing that happened here was we literally went into overtime in the first ever game in India by the NBA, and TJ Warren just went off. He got us into overtime in the first place, and then he got us some points in overtime, and we eventually won the game. So yeah, it was definitely a very historic run right there. And I got a feeling we're gonna have a lot more India fans in the Pacer Nation, because we literally had a historic game over there. Well, 2 games that we actually won, and Indiana has India in it, so they might actually like us over there. But that's besides the point. Anyways though, as far as the actual game, our starters got a lot of minutes. Brogdon ended up getting 14 assists, and that would have been his most assists he's ever gotten in a game if it was an actual game, but it was preseason, so that kind of sucks. But other than that, we also had Sabonis, who was going off. His game in the post was still just as crazy as last year's, and maybe even better. And then in the defensive end, he was actually playing a lot better as well, so that's good to see. And Jeremy Lamb was really good. He got like 20 points, and he was mostly just a scorer out there. And then as far as Miles Turner, he kind of struggled a little bit, but he did actually improve a lot in rebounding, which is something that we really want him to do. Obviously, he's not really known for that, so that's a good thing. And obviously TJ Warren went off for 30 straight points, so that's really impressive right there. He actually had 5 out of 6 3-pointers, which I thought was crazy. He was just hitting all of them from the corner, and that was actually what got us into overtime, and then he kind of led us to win the entire game. So that was really nice to see. And yeah, that was pretty much the summary of game 1. As far as like the end of the game, which is really the important part, because the first half we were just not good. The Kings were just absolutely destroying us. But yeah, we ended up coming up with a W. And let's move on to the actual game that I watched all the way through, all 4 quarters, and that's the game I really have the most to talk about. So yeah, game 2. So literally to start off the first quarter, we had TJ Warren, who had just gone off in the first game. He literally scored our first bucket, and it was an and one fadeaway. We had Brogdon, who honestly struggled a lot to make shots in the first quarter. And then as far as Jeremy Lamb, he was pretty efficient. And the thing that I was really impressed about was actually Sabonis, because I actually saw the point Sabonis thing out there, going a little bit, and if you don't know what that means, whenever you put point and then the name of a player after that, it usually means that they're just, playmaking like really well. And I always knew that Sabonis was a good passer, but in this game, he was just literally like a point Sabonis, like a point guard, and it was kind of crazy to watch. But we also had Miles, who was actually scoring in the paint like in a creative different ways. He was having like spin moves and everything. He was just having a lot more of a better footwork, which is something that he used to struggle with, so I'm happy to see him do that. And something that I noticed as well was that Nate McMillan must literally love Jakar Sampson. And if you don't know who Jakar Sampson is, you know now, because this man is one of the best role players I've ever seen on the Pacers team. And I've been a fan for a pretty long time, so I would know, man. At least in preseason, obviously, this man was literally going out there and just doing his job. You know, he was getting into the paint, scoring over there. I believe he made 1 3, and you know, he was playing amazing defense as well. Like, he was just really impressive for a role player who I believe he didn't even like really get, you know, real minutes out there before this. So I was really happy with him, and it seems like he's actually part of our rotation now. So yeah, definitely get used to the name Jakar Sampson. And then other than that, I would also say that Doug McDermott was really underrated, because he was actually cutting to the basket and making threes really well, which is what we expect of him, but he was doing it in a high volume. So I was like, whoa, that's pretty impressive. And then as far as the second quarter, this was the quarter that Edmund Sumner literally went off. The man was literally, you know, he was having pick and rolls with Sabonis, and he was just, you know, being a magician out there, which is something I tweeted also, if you're from over there. But yeah, he was just being really impressive, you know, just finding creative ways to get into the paint, and then also scoring in the mid-range. He was just doing everything out there, also defending well. Like, the man is just actually really impressive, and I knew this was gonna happen eventually, because I was watching his, you know, training in this off season. I was like, yeah, this man is actually really decent. He just needs to really, you know, do this in the court, and he'll get more minutes. And that's exactly what he did today, and he's definitely gonna get a lot more minutes during the actual season. But anyways, though, as far as the rest of the players, we had Elias, I believe is how you say his name. I still don't really know how to pronounce it all that well. But then you also had Justin Holiday. Pretty much both of those guys were scoring really, you know, well from the three-point line, so I just wrote that down as well in my little notes right here. And then Aaron Holiday was actually really impressive. He was, you know, just being a spark plug out there, if you know that term from 2K. And yeah, he was just, you know, being an impressive point guard out there. As far as the third quarter, we had Miles, who was just killing it out there. He looked like a unicorn. He was being super aggressive on the offensive and defensive end. And then as far as Sabonis, he continued to impress in his post game. Brogdon was having some playmaking moments out there as well. And then Jakar Sampson, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, but yeah, he's literally becoming one of my favorite players now, because the man is like a perfect role player out there. He was just playing amazing as well in the third. And Jeremy Lamb was actually scoring from 3 as well, which was nice to see. And towards the end of the quarter, we actually saw TJ McConnell play a little bit, and he is really patient with the basketball. He can find some, you know, creative ways to get into the paint and then score over there, or, you know, just pass his open teammates. So I was pretty happy with him. And then as far as the fourth quarter, I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch the entire fourth quarter because it was a blowout. We were winning by like 25 points, but I did watch a little bit, and I saw TJ McConnell out there, who was really, you know, good in the defensive and offensive end. Like I said before, his patience is really good. And then the Holiday bros were going off. As far as Justin and Aaron Holiday, they were just going insane. Matter of fact, I believe Aaron Holiday had the most points in the entire team. He scored 16. Oh wait, no, Elias Johnson had 17, so he scored the most. And I did see Elias actually get into the paint a lot, so that's nice to see, and hopefully he can get some more minutes this year as well. So yeah, Elias actually led us this game, and our bench got a lot of minutes, so that doesn't really surprise me there. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the fourth quarter. We did see that third string center from us, called Brima, I believe is his name. It's like Amida Brima, something like that. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Yeah, he was actually really good. You know, he plays like a old school big man, as in like he's a really good blocker. He also gets into the paint a little bit, and he's a really good rebounder. So yeah, as far as like if Goga goes down, which it seems like we're gonna have a lot of problems with Goga as far as health, because he's still not played, it seems like Ramah will be able to, you know, step in and be a pretty decent backup center. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. And I believe that's pretty much it for the second game. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see some more Pacers preseason content, then make sure to leave a like, because that shows me that you guys actually want to see more. So yeah, make sure you do that. Also comment down, you know, how you've liked these 2 games. And if you're a Kings fan, comment down what you actually think about your team, because I did see, you know, Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley. For the most part, it was really just the 2 of them who was just killing our team for the most part, you know, in different quarters here and there. So they were really nice, and I was really impressed with them. But anyways, though, that is it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, like I said, do all those things, and I'll see y'all boys out.